Thank you for visiting our channel. We are Belonging Japan. Have you prepared an emergency kit to live in Japan? Frequent reports of earthquakes and heavy rainfall dominate the news. It has been stated that there is a 70% probability of a Nankai Trough Earthquake and a major Tokyo earthquake occurring within the next 30 years. While we all understand the importance of preparation, it's not always easy to know where to begin. Let's start together with this guide, which will provide you with a foundational understanding. The information here is based on the document, Disaster Preparedness Measures to Protect Lives, from the Public Relations Office of the Government of Japan. Today we are going through all of these. This guide is supervised by Miyako Morino, a Japan disaster prevention expert. On our official site, belongingJAPAN.com, you can find a comprehensive guide to understanding emergency kits, along with other resources to help you live in Japan. If you're interested, please visit us. Firstly, let's understand the overview of the emergency kit. When preparing it, consider where you might be, who you'll be with, and the season. The supplies needed can change based on these factors and how long it may take for water, electricity, and other lifelines to be restored. To be well prepared, gather necessary items for 3 different evacuation scenarios. Scenario 1. Items to always carry. Scenario 2. Items to take for immediate emergency evacuation scenario. 3. Items to ensure comfort during home evacuation after a disaster. Let's take a look at each scenario, starting with Scenario 1. Earthquakes and heavy rainfall disasters can happen unexpectedly. You might be in a subway or stuck in an elevator when they occur. Scenario 1 involves gathering essential items like emergency food, a phone charger, contact lenses, a whistle, and other necessities you may need until help arrives. It's a good idea to pack them in a small bag or Ziploc bag that you can carry with you at all times. Now, Scenario 2. When a disaster threatens your home or makes it uninhabitable due to collapse or other reasons, you must immediately evacuate to a safe place. In Scenario 2, we'll summarize what you should take when heading to a shelter or evacuation center from your home. The items would include emergency food such as canned food, nutritional supplements, biscuits, and water in 500 ml bottles. Valuables should include cash, credit cards, bank books, rights certificates, insurance cards, and personal seals. Additionally, a first aid kit with plaster, gauze, bandages, disinfectant, stomach medicine, a thermometer, paracetamol, and household medicine is essential. Daily necessities such as clothes, towels, plastic bags, portable toilets, wet wipes, tissues, multi-purpose knives, plastic or paper cups and plates are also important. Items necessary for evacuation, such as rain gear, work gloves, a flashlight, and an emergency helmet, are essential. During evacuation, it is important to collect information, so a mobile charger and portable radio are also crucial. Furthermore, items necessary for individuals and families, such as glasses, canes, sanitary products, diapers, special care food, milk, and baby food, should be taken into account. Prepare these items in a bag and keep your hands free. This emergency carry-out bag is called Hijuyu Mochidashi Bukuro, or Busai Ryuku in Japanese. When considering Scenario 2, please take into account these 3 points. 1. Make them easy to carry. Gather what you need until your family reaches the evacuation center. Choose items that are easy to carry. For example, instead of 1 2-liter bottle of water, choose 4 500 ml bottles. Choose foods that do not need to be cooked and can be eaten as they are. 2. Different needs among family members. It's important to consider the different needs of your family members. For example, if you have an infant, you will need to include baby food and milk. Similarly, if you have pets, prepare pet essentials such as pet food and emergency toilets. Also, consider that the necessary items may vary depending on the season. Foldable emergency helmets and children's sizes are also available. 3. Store them somewhere reachable. It's important to keep the emergency carry-out bag in a place where it can be immediately taken out in the event of a disaster, such as the living room, entrance, or bedroom. store it deep in the closet, you will not be able to take it out immediately during evacuation. Also, it is important to regularly check the expiration dates of food and batteries. Finally, let's look at the necessary items for Scenario 3. After a disaster, there is a high possibility that lifelines such as electricity, gas, and water, as well as logistics, will stop. When you return home from an evacuation center, or when safety is ensured at home after a disaster, you may need to live at home until the lifelines and logistics are restored. To ensure a comfortable life, even when the lifelines and logistics are stopped, stockpile the following items for at least 3 days, preferably 1 week, at home. The items include food, including baby food and special care food for your family, as well as water, an emergency toilet, as well as fuel such as a portable stove, gas canisters, solid fuel, etc. Addition to these, daily necessities such as wrap, plastic bags, dry shampoo, toilet paper, paper or plastic plates and cups, and sanitary products. When considering Scenario 3, it is important to understand the concept of rolling stock. Regularly purchase a surplus of long-lasting foods such as canned goods and instant foods, and also have emergency foods. A recommended method for smartly stockpiling food and daily necessities is called rolling stock. It is roringu sutoku in Japanese. With rolling stock, you purchase a surplus of food and daily necessities and replenish your stock as you consume them. This method prevents food from expiring and allows you to stockpile without taking up too much storage space. By stockpiling foods you are familiar with, such as retort pouches, instant foods, and snacks, you can also expand the variety of foods available during home evacuation. Consider using camping cookware and utensils in case electricity and gas are unavailable. For water, prepare a sufficient amount of bottled mineral water and consider emergency water that can be stored for a long time. Today's key takeaways. When preparing emergency kits in Japan, it is important to consider what to prepare based on different scenarios. There are 3 main scenarios. Scenario 1, items to carry at all times. Gather essential items you carry with you daily. Prepare emergency food, a mobile phone charger, contact lenses, and other items you may need until rescue arrives. Scenario 2, items to take immediately during emergency evacuation. Prepare items such as emergency food, cash, a first aid kit, and daily necessities, and put them in a bag to keep your hands free. Scenario 3, items to ensure comfort. During home evacuation after a disaster. To prepare for a prolonged evacuation, stockpile food and daily necessities. It is recommended to prepare about a week's worth of supplies using the rolling stock method, which involves purchasing a surplus of food and daily necessities and replenishing your stock as you consume them. This concludes today's session. We hope this guide has provided you with the basics for creating an emergency kit in Japan and has helped establish a foundation of knowledge. If you would like more information about the recommended items for each scenario or other guides, please visit belongingJAPAN.com. If you have any questions or would like guidance on other topics, please leave a comment below. Thank you for watching Belonging Japan, and have a great day.